Hello, Professor Benavides here. Let's talk about Lab 2, Task 3, and this is about jump lists. Now, it's a really long idea, so let me read it first, and then I'll just recap it and we'll do it. It says, first, verifying settings for Start menu that you can see jump lists. If not, set it to on. The default is set to on, but sometimes people change it, right? So we want to make sure that this feature is on. So then start WordPad and pin it to the taskbar. Create a document using WordPad and restate and answer these two questions. Discuss one thing you like about Windows 10. That's question 1. And question 2, discuss one thing you dislike about Windows 10. Save this document to the desktop using your last name as the file name and use the default file format for WordPad. Exit WordPad. View WordPad's jump list on the taskbar. Remember, you pinned it there. And point to your file. That's one of the great features about using jump lists. Do a print screen of the jump list. Name the print screen file task 3 jump list. Do not turn in the RTF file, just your print screen. You will use the RTF file in the next task. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is make sure that this feature for jump list is set to on. So we're going to go to Start, we're going to go to Settings, we're going to go to Personalization, and then the Start. Then here, we're noticing at the very bottom, it's always the very bottom, right? It says show recently opened items in jump list on Start or taskbar and in the file export quick access. See how it's set to on? Turning it off, it's a toggle switch, right? So we want to make sure that this is on, otherwise it's not going to work for us, what we're going to do. Okay, so yes, it's on. Closing it. So then it says start WordPad and pin it to the taskbar. Let's start WordPad. And it really could be any application, but I'm using WordPad because I don't know what you have, right? You may not even have Windows. I mean, you may not even have, Windows. You may not even have Office, Microsoft Office. So I'm going to use WordPad, but I know it comes with Windows. So it says start WordPad and pin it to the taskbar. So the way you pin it, I'm going to right mouse click on the icon that's on the taskbar, and then click on Pin to Taskbar. Okay. Now, what we got to do here is create a document, restate and answer these two questions. Discuss one thing you like about Windows. And one thing that you dislike, right? And you can go ahead and put in anything you want in here. Like I guess I'll just make up something. One thing I like about Windows. I gotta come up with something. Jump lists, of course, right? That's the topic right now, right? What is one thing that you dislike about Windows 10? I dislike forced updates. All right. So it says, let's go back to the thing here. Answer these two questions. Save the document to the desktop using your last name as the file name. Don't put this in the folder that you're going to send to me, because remember, you're not going to be sending it to me. All right, so you're going to use your last name, and it's going to be the default file format. So I'm going to save, right? I'm going to go to, well, actually, it doesn't really matter where you put it because you're not going to send it to me, does it? But I'll just go along with the directions. Save this document to the desktop. Okay, so I'm going to put it on the desktop, and I'm going to call it by my last name, using the default file format, and click Save. Okay. So then it says exit WordPad. I did. There's my file right there. Yeah, I probably should be on the desktop so I can see that you created, but we're going to need it in the next exercise anyways. You need to know where it is. So why not put it where you know where it is, right on the desktop. Okay. So it says view WordPad's jump list on the taskbar and point to your file. All right. So here's the. I'm going to right mouse click on here. And notice I'm pointing to my file with the mouse, not with your finger. No. So notice how this is an excellent way of seeing the files that you've created with an application. And this works for Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access. So if you use Word a lot, you could just right mouse. If you go ahead and pin it to the Word to the taskbar like this. You can right mouse click on here and see the jump list of all the different files that you've recently worked on. If you want to bring it up, open up that file again, you can just launch it right from here by clicking on it. So it's jump lists are really a good idea, really, and they're used in many different ways, many different applications. So right now, all I'm asking you to do is simply point to the file so that you know that you can go ahead and launch it from here. It says point to your file, do a print screen of the jump list. So I'm going to press print screen and then go to paint. And paste and save. And I'm going to go ahead and save it. It says name your file, task 3 jump list. PNGs are okay. Let's just choose the smaller one and save. And I'm closing. And I'm going to verify that I have everything that I need in here. I think I didn't name one of these files right. Let me take a quick look on here. I'm going to go ahead and go into View, Details, and I'm going to sort by alphabetical order. Notice how one of the files, I mean, it's no big deal on here, but this should be task 2. So I'm going to right mouse click on here, go to rename. I could tell you that I did this on purpose, but it's always good to, make a few mistakes so you can, learn how to fix them. So now, as you can see, I'm sorting reverse alphabetical by simply clicking on the name column while in details view. So details view is the place to be. You can also sort things by type, by age by date on here. So I'm ready to go to task 4. Okay. So that, that is the third task, jump list, verify that it's there. So yeah, I can see that you've created the jump list. So when I'm grading this, I look, hey, yeah, there's the jump list. There's my file. Again, this business over here on the right-hand side, that's because I have dual screens, no big deal, but later on we'll talk about how you can cut that off. All right, so that's the end of my presentation on this topic.